And we're recording, so we're on.
Hey everyone, how's it going? You got Josh Mansfield here, Josh Mania. You got Tyler Talley, TJ Talley here. We're coming at you with our WrestleMania 36 predictions. And what a crazy WrestleMania this is going to be.
No fans in attendance? That's going to be the new attendance record.
Hey, this...
Sorry, I had to get it out the way because they always do it, and I've seen it going around online. So, 0 fans, that's a new attendance record.
This will be their first attendance record that's actually real.
They could just exaggerate and say, hey, there's 10,000 people here with no one there.
Oh my gosh. And no one thinks if he could, he would. But,
I crack myself up sometimes.
And the fact that this WrestleMania is coming at you for 2 different nights. They're actually splitting up instead of just going from 5 o'clock till midnight. They're doing it 2 different nights, 16 matches, so most likely 8 matches per show. This is going to be weird. It's going to be odd. It's an interesting card. Things have been crazy lately with the coronavirus. So this will definitely go down as one of the strangest WrestleManias in history. I don't know which one wins, though. This one or WrestleMania 2 or WrestleMania 9 for weirdest. But we'll see.
I haven't went back or watched any of those. I did watch WrestleMania 22 the other day. I forgot how good that was.
WrestleMania 2 was the one that was 3 different buildings on the same day. And I believe WrestleMania 2 was also on a Monday. And then WrestleMania 9 was during the, noon, afternoon in Vegas.
Oh,
and the whole Palace gimmicks.
That's strange.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm excited. Are you excited? Because like Mojo,
of course,
says, you can't get hype. You gotta stay hype.
Yeah. You got your Bullet Club shirt on?
Too sweet ski down low.
Oh gosh.
Well, so that's what they do now because they can't do it like this, so they go.
Right. Let me guess, you've been wearing your wrestling shirts all week, right?
Yes. So, look, Josh is not predicting anything, people, for when we do upload this. We did have another recording. Josh had to go do something, so we had to stop recording, okay? So he is not just predicting the future, okay, for you people. Yes, I did wear wrestling shirts all week, okay? I'm a mark.
Granted, you do that all the time anyways.
What?
Granted, you do that all the time anyways.
Only for WrestleMania week. Usually if I'm just, since we're quarantined, I just don't want to wear a round shirt like a SpongeBob t-shirt or something, and I just walk around the house like that all day.
It's like your brother and I said when I ran into him at the mall before Christmas when he was trying to get you your gifts. He's like, I have to find a wrestling shirt that my brother doesn't have. That's the hard part.
I mean, to be fair, I do have a lot. That's probably about 95% of my closet.
Exactly my point.
Well, right. you got to think. You only really watch WWE. I watch like everything else. So like I got Bullet Club, that's New Japan. I got t-shirts from Ring of Honor events I went to. I got AEW t-shirts. I've got NXT t-shirts. So I got a whole different variety. That's why I have it.
All right. Let's get started now with our predictions. So we're not going to split it up by evening. We're just going to go straight through with the 16 matches just because we don't know what match we're going to put on what show yet. Except we're probably going to split up the 2 non-arena matches, the Firefly Funhouse match and the Boneyard match. And we're probably going to split up the 2 world title matches. Hopefully. And so, alright. So let's get started. The first match is Otis versus Dolph Ziggler with Mandy Rose. So, this storyline, I mean, it's entertaining, but it's really, if there was a kickoff match, this should be it, because Dolph, you deserve so much better, buddy. And so I'm going with Dolph for this one.
Nope. I think you're wrong about the pre-show match. This has been an entertaining storyline. A lot of stuff has been really entertaining on WWE, and a lot of people complain and all this other stuff. It really hasn't been. I think to have a good storyline, you have to have something like this. It's kind of like a Beauty and the Beast situation, with obviously Otis being the Beast and Mandy Rose being the Beauty. But I think you just have this situation to where she's like with Dolph Ziggler, which is Gaston or whatever his name is from the movie. So it's kind of like a situation like that. I hope it plays out and Otis gets Mandy. So I'm taking my big boy Otis.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. I think Mandy Rose being at ringside would definitely play a factor in this. But we'll see what happens. So the next match is for the women's tag team titles. The Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. So for this one, I'm going to go with the Kabuki Warriors to retain. Because, they want to keep Asuka and Kairi happy. They want to keep them in WWE. Because I know people are like, they're going to leave soon. I will say they need to do more with Asuka. Because really, ever since her loss to Charlotte at WrestleMania a couple years ago, which was not a good move, in my opinion, to have her lose that match. Really, it didn't do anything for either Asuka or Charlotte, in my opinion. And Alexa and Nikki, they already had the titles. They don't really need them to be doing anything like more than what they're already doing. So, I mean, I think this match would have been better if you would have brought back the Divas of Doom, like they were planning to, bring back Natalya and Beth, and make it a triple threat. My money would have been on Natalya and Beth had they actually been in the match, but since we're not, Kabuki Warriors retain.
I gotta say, Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss are gonna get the titles back, simply because there's not too many women's tag teams really left. I mean, you got the Divas of Doom, but they're not there. You got the Kabuki Warriors are obviously the champs. You got the other tag team that's in the match, which is Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. The Iconics are getting a makeover, from what I understand, so they're out of the picture for now. So I don't know realistically who's left besides Sasha and Bayley, but they're fighting at WrestleMania, and I'll get more into that once we get to that match.
Right.
But I don't see really how Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss don't win. I mean, there's not really many people, like women's tag teams left, unless you're gonna move someone up. Kairi Sane was talking about just going back to Japan, to wherever she wrestled in Japan, or she was thinking about it. They don't know, so I gotta take Bliss and Cross.
Okay, so the next match, for the Intercontinental Championship, you have Sami Zayn with Cesaro and Nakamura versus Daniel Bryan with Drew Gulak. This is a tough one because I can see it going. To be fair, I haven't followed the storyline much since Elimination Chamber. See, part of me thinks Drew Gulak will screw over Bryan and everything for Sami to retain, but I don't. What do you think before I make my prediction?
I think, following the storyline, I think that will happen, but I also know, or at least from what I read, Daniel Bryan is probably going to take a hiatus at some point later on in the year because he wants to work lesser days, especially with baby number 2 on the way. So I would assume that he wants to be home with his wife. They're going to have Sami Zayn win, and then maybe Nakamura and Cesaro turn on him after the match. But I also think it would be dumb to do another title swap after you just did one like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and not long before that, Braun had it for like a month, 2 months.
That was.
You know what I mean? So
I watched that and I was like, no, that is the stupidest. That I was not happy with. I'm like, what? Why? Why are you doing this to Braun?
But
But
I've been a Sami Zayn fan since he was in NXT, and he had a classic match actually with Cesaro at the first Takeover. But yeah, I don't see Sami losing. I really don't. I think Sami is going to retain.
I gotta go that way too. I don't see, with the numbers game and everything, and Drew Gulak was training people to defeat Daniel Bryan not too long ago. I don't see that going well. I see Daniel losing that match. So that's my prediction. So far, this is the only one you and I have agreed on. So, the next match that we will get into is the Raw Tag Team title match between the tag champions, the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, versus Austin Theory and Angel Garza with Zelina Vega. So, right off the bat, we need to talk about the elephant in the room, and that is that there's no United States title match on this show. That being because Rey Mysterio was pulled from the show and was quarantining at home, and I believe Natalya is as well. So I think that's why her and Beth were pulled out of the women's tag title match. Because originally they wanted, I believe it was a fatal four-way between Rey, Angel Garza, Austin Theory, and I can't remember the other guy's name from NXT, I think. Can you remember?
Not offhand.
But they wanted
I didn't even see that article. I knew it was going to be Andrade versus Rey, and then
Andrade. Never mind. Yeah, because Andrade.
But then Andrade Rey got quarantined. Andrade actually got hurt. That's why he's out of this tag match that he was supposed to be in. Dana Brooke got removed from the SmackDown Women's title match because of quarantine. You said Natalya's in quarantine or quarantining herself. So some stars are off this card because of the quarantine and stuff. So that's pretty much the basis of why they had to switch some of the stuff around, and that's why that gets us into the match. Andrade was supposed to team with Angel Garza. He got hurt.
That's what I meant, yeah.
And so they figured, oh, well, who else can we get that's sorted from NXT? Insert Austin Theory.
So, yeah, this match is sort of a throwaway match. So I see the Street Profits easily retaining. There's no reason for them to lose the titles at all. Because if they originally wanted a Fatal 4-Way United States title match with all the luchador superstars, the main ones that are on the main roster, fighting with each other right now, but with Rey and Andrade both out, they couldn't do that. And so the Street Profits got put in this match, and Angel Garza and Austin Theory got put in here. So this is going to be a throwaway quick match, in my opinion, and I see Street Profits retaining.
I don't think it. I agree with the pick, but I don't agree on the length of the match. I think they got 8 matches they got to fill in. I think tomorrow night they said it's going to run until like 10:15, and then Sunday's going to run until 10 o'clock. So I think this will be maybe a 10-minute match. I think they'll get their spots in. The NXT guys, Garza and Theory, will get their spots. Get to show what they got a little bit. Get more familiar with them. But with Austin Theory just debuting on NXT and Angel Garza still sort of in the cruiserweight division on NXT, I don't see them, as you said. It would be pointless to give them the tag titles. I don't see that happening because we won't smoke. We won't smoke.
Yeah. So let's go to another match, which I believe was changed from what was originally going to be with, since Rusev has his contract dispute right now. He's out right now. So we have Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley with Lana. I will say I've not been happy with how Bobby Lashley has been used. Since he got brought back, I wanted to see him versus Lesnar SummerSlam after Lashley got brought back to the company. But Lashley's not been used right. This match, I mean, it's going to be good. Aleister Black can deliver very well. So I don't. I'm going to go with Aleister Black for this match. Unless Rusev is returning, I'm going with Aleister Black.
if this match does happen, because Bobby Lashley was overseas and one of the somewhere doing promotional work. I forget where it was exactly, but he came back and he's getting checked out. And as long as he's okay and this match goes on, as long as they don't cancel it or give any rewrites to who Aleister Black's opponent might be, Bobby Lashley is this like dominant, destroyer dude, but I agree, he's kind of been dumbed down in a sense with this whole storyline he wasn't last time. But I know something you don't know, and I'm not gonna spoil it for you on here. I'll tell you afterwards because I don't want other people to know, but I'll tell you. I'll text you after this. But the next feud Bobby Lashley will be in, I will say, will build him back up.
Okay.
I will leave it at that. I'll text you what's going to happen later. But I think them giving too much leeway or building up Aleister Black the way they have the past few weeks. Bobby Lashley hasn't been on TV because he's been quarantined and all that stuff. I got to give it to the Black Mass. I think Aleister, I think it's a competitive match, but I think in the end, one swift head kick. Knockout.
Yeah, ironically, even before you made your official pick, I put down Aleister Black for you too, just because I know you.
Yeah, you know me.
I do. I very
Like
much
it's the same song. You think you know me?
We'll get to him later, but next match is Elias versus King Corbin, which, you know, it's another match where you look and it's like, why is this a match right now? Like, it really makes sense for, at least I think so. But I'm just going to go with Elias for this one. I don't see King Corbin really needing a win. Elias, I think, needs it more. I mean, Corbin won against Kurt Angle last year, and he shouldn't have even been in that match. I'm just sick of Corbin, period. I'm just sick of Corbin. Character-wise, everything, no. So, I'm going with Elias.
I don't know. I'm kind of torn because since I'm the news person for our channel, I read various different things. Obviously, that they don't know this match is technically going for storyline reasons because Elias got thrown off a thing last week. They said he'll fight, but if he fights her, you know, they could have him win. But then it's like, okay, well, you know, all these other scenarios. I want to take Elias so bad, but I don't see it. I got to go with the King. I do agree. Elias probably does need to win more than Corbin does, but I got to take the King. I got to take King Corbin.
I mean, see, if WWE was smart, they'd go with what the WWE Universe wants, which is we want to walk with Elias and want nothing to do with Baron Corbin at all. So,
Actually,
I'm going with Elias.
Can I make a prediction on top of this match?
What?
I'm going to say this match gets canceled, like I said, and it's going to be Gronk and Corbin, and somehow Gronk's going to win.
That would be...
They said Gronk is going to do something crazy, so I'm assuming this is what it is. I don't necessarily know if it's going to happen. It hasn't been confirmed, but that's just what I'm going to guess.
That would be interesting. You know,
we're not gonna give a pick for that match because I don't know if it's happening or not. So we're just gonna stick with Elias and Corbin. But
this is what we get for recording before SmackDown.
Well, you know, I'd rather get it out the way instead of wait till tomorrow because on tomorrow it's already time for Mania.
Right. So let's go to the next match, which will be Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. This match, this heel Rollins has been just,
the Monday Night Messiah.
Eddie Murphy, really? See, I gotta go with KO. I'm going with KO for this. He needs the WrestleMania win. He's had the momentum, and I can see this pushing him back to the main event. and Rollins trying to take a back seat for a little bit. I mean, you think of both these guys. Both these guys were indie darlings, came through NXT, Triple H brought them through, and what has Vince done with them? He has not made them mega stars like they should be. Because every time Triple H has something he's working on, Vince screws it up almost every single time. So you know what I think? I think these guys should just say, you know what, screw it. Go out there and put on what could be match of the night. There's a few match of the night contenders. I'm saying this is one of them, and I'm going with KO.
I do. I have to agree with the pick. I got to go with KO as well. But you want to speak of indie darlings? Do you know what company they came from before they were here?
Ring of Honor.
Yes, they were in Ring of Honor. Congratulations, you're correct. Yes, they were in Ring of Honor. Seth Rollins was Tyler Black, and Kevin Owens went by his real name. I think it's his real name, Kevin Steen. Mm-hmm. So, little factoid for you. They were both in Ring of Honor, just like a lot of the people. And now they're here. They're at WrestleMania, fighting each other. Think about how crazy that is.
Right. So let's get going with some more matches. The fatal 5-way elimination match for the SmackDown Women's title. We have Bayley defending against Lacey Evans, Naomi, Tamina, and Sasha Banks.
Okay, so for this, before you go on, we're going to pick a dark horse, and then we're going to pick the winner. Of who we think we're going to pick, we're also picking the dark horse.
So, do we want to pick our main pick, then dark horse?
Yeah, you can do it main pick and dark horse. That's fine.
So my main pick is going to be Sasha Banks.
Sasha?
Sorry, Sasha Banks. My dark... Be happy you're over in Girard right now, mister, and we're under court.
Hey, don't give my location away. I don't need people showing up at my house.
I didn't give your address number.
It ain't that hard to find me. Trust me. Right. We're in a house.
Okay, so Sasha is my main pick. My dark horse, who I would actually love to see win, and actually win a title for the first time in her almost 10-year career in WWE, Tamina.
Josh, I would say if you weren't one of my best friends, I mean, I don't know, because you pretty much just read my mind. Almost. But you did read my mind. That's who I was going with. I was going to go with Sasha and Tamina because I'd like to see her win. But I'm not going to go Tamina. I'm not. I want to switch it up just so we could score some points, potentially. But I'm going to go Lacey.
Oh.
That's my dark horse. I'm going to go Lacey.
Interesting choice.
I do know something you don't know.
Which you'll tell me later, I presume?
Well, I mean, I don't really want to spoil it for everyone. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to. I'm going to be like Paul Heyman. This is a spoiler.
Oh, great.
No. So pretty much Sasha and Bayley are supposed to fight for the title after Mania. So one of them's walking away with the belt. I don't know which one, but I'm assuming one of them. That's the rumor going around.
Right. I thought this match, I think if the women's battle royal would have been on, this match would have just been Sasha versus Bayley, and they would have turned Sasha would have probably gone mega heel, and Bayley would have gone face again.
Nope.
Heel Bayley, no. Just no. Please, no.
No, Sasha's supposed to turn
out again. I want Hugger Bayley back.
Sasha is supposed to turn face. So I mean, don't be surprised. So don't be surprised if it happens.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to give you guys. One spoiler. Don't be surprised if that happens.
All right.
But like I said, I don't know who's winning the match.
Okay. Let's go now with the Firefly Funhouse match between John Cena and The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. And can we all just agree that this match really should just be for the Universal title? With no
I will sit that until the day I die.
Why, Goldberg? Why?
Money.
At least it's not going to be Roman, which we'll get into that later. So, I really, I mean, if they, you know, I pick The Fiend to win this match.
Oh my goodness. That is a shock.
Because, think about it. The Fiend wins. Fiend always messes up whoever he beats in a big way, etc., etc. Fiend wins, and we get a full John Cena heel turn. And a heel John Cena goes to break Ric Flair's record for the title.
I never thought of that. That's well, okay. Threw a lot at me. That's a lot. John Cena's obviously making movies and all the stuff. And yes, the Fiend does change people. I do like that idea. Could it happen? Probably. I don't know if it will though. Only because John Cena might take another hiatus after WrestleMania, which wouldn't surprise me. As I said, he's making movies now. He's making more money. Probably doing that instead of putting his body on the line 300 plus days a year. Can I see him breaking the record? Yeah, at some point, maybe in a year or two from now when he's like 43, 44, however old he is now. I don't know. I'm just assuming he's like, I know he's like 40, 41. I don't know how old after that, but yeah, they're getting sidetracked here. But I got to go with my boy.
So yeah, you're going with the Fiend. I should have knew that. So
come on, that's my favorite wrestler.
I don't see the need for Cena winning unless it just the Fiend losing to Seth Rollins the first time was a mistake. The Fiend getting squashed by Goldberg was an even bigger mistake. I mean,
look, let's just put it this way. At the end of the day, money talks. And unfortunately, Goldberg makes more of a headline than Bray Wyatt does.
Which shouldn't be the case now.
I know, but it's sad, but it's the truth. And at the end of the day, money just talks. And sometimes you got to do, if you want more money, go and that's what Vince did. He wanted more money, so he decided, screw what the fans want. I want more money. And this is the route we're going. And it sucks, right, but it is what it is.
So, all right, next match. The triple threat ladder match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The Miz and John Morrison defending against the New Day, Big E and Kofi Kingston, since Xavier's still out, and the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. So, this match is rumored to also not be happening, since from what I've heard, The Miz is out.
Hold on. I did hear it wasn't happening, but I also know that they filmed Morrison fighting one of the Usos in a ladder match. So maybe it's just the Miz or Morrison versus the Usos, one of the Usos for the tag titles in a ladder match. I don't know what's happened to the New Day. I'm sure we'll find out tonight on SmackDown if anything, or maybe it's just a triple threat match for the tag titles, which would be very, very strange. But I could see that happening. And with the Miz coming in sick, and then Roman getting out because of the Miz being sick, he didn't want to, risk himself, so he dropped out of the Universal title match with Goldberg. And so the Miz has a lot of heat. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see new tag champs. I really wouldn't.
So who would your pick be then?
If there is heat on Miz, and they want them to drop the belts, I don't know why you would give them back to the New Day. Honestly, I love the New Day, but they ran their course so many times. Usos had them a lot too. But I feel like if you're gonna give them to anyone, give them to the Usos.
Yeah.
So I'm picking the Usos.
Look, I feel like no one can really have, like, if for people pulling out of this under the circumstances, especially with which we'll get to later, Roman pulling out. If there's any heat on Miz, I don't think it's going to be as bad because of Roman pulling out now. I'm still going to go Miz and Morrison. I will say, if Miz is out, Morrison gets another partner. And someone who I would like to see team with again, I want to see Morrison and R-Truth team up again. Because if you remember back at WrestleMania 26, it was Morrison and R-Truth versus Big Show and Miz for the unified tag team titles that opened the night. So I think that'd be good to finally see Morrison and Miz get a run with the belts. So Morrison and Truth get a run with the belts. Trust me, Morrison and Miz are like my only favorite heels right now. Because you know me, I'm a WWE sheep. I cheer for the faces, boo the heels. This is my exception to that, is Morrison and Miz. So I'm going with Morrison and Miz to retain, since we only just got the titles recently. So Morrison and Miz.
Miz and Morrison. Hey, hey. Ho, ho.
Yeah, okay. All right, let's get into the big matches.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
We have a few left. So, the NXT Women's Championship. Rhea Ripley versus the Queen, Charlotte Flair.
If you don't pick this right, I'm going to delete you off Facebook. I'm just kidding.
I mean, we know who it's going to be. They want NXT ratings to go up because they're competing with AEW. It's going to be Charlotte. They're going to send her back to NXT to boost up NXT.
Bro, I'm going to come over there and smack you myself.
So my pick is Charlotte.
You know, I really don't want to agree with you. So I'm not. I'm going Rhea. For the simple fact that they are building her as the future of NXT. Charlotte did have a run. I feel like her being in the main event and stuff last year, I feel like if she gave the win or the rub to Rhea, that would really, boost Rhea, boost the NXT ratings as well. Because then that would legitimize her as a champion, I think. So I got to go Rhea. Charlotte had her time with all these championships and whatnot. I think NXT is for the future. If you want to build toward the future, I think you would have to keep Rhea as the champ.
We'll see. I mean, this is Vince McMahon we're talking. You know it's always bad when Vince tries to meddle in NXT business.
Yeah, don't remind me.
Yeah, I mean, so I feel like this will be another thing of Vince stepping on Triple H's toes and saying, no, I don't care about your characters. I want ratings. Charlotte's money. I want money. Charlotte goes to NXT.
It could be because I did read an article. Triple H wanted Rhea to keep the belt, but Vince wants Charlotte to have the belt for whatever ungodly reason.
And you know what usually happens when Vince and Triple H disagree? Vince wins, Triple H gets demoted.
Wow. Get your boots on. It's getting deep in here.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not.
I'm aware. All right. Let's go to... This is going to be an interesting match. Very interesting. The Boneyard match between AJ Styles and The Undertaker. And first off, what the heck is a Boneyard match? We didn't even figure out what a Firefly Funhouse match is going to be. What's a Boneyard match going to be?
Okay, so from what I understand and from what I read, they wanted to actually do it inside of a cemetery in Florida, but the officials said you can't do that. So from my understanding, is they did it in the Performance Center or at Full Sail or somewhere. I forget where. But it was at the Performance Center or it was at Full Sail. They tried to make it as much. They tried to make it look like a graveyard as much as they could. So it was inside one of those buildings. So it's not technically an out-of-building match. But that's from what I understand. They just tried to make one of them look like a graveyard, which was probably shot at Full Sail because Full Sail is a place where you can make like movies and stuff and and do all the animation and stuff. So I think they shot it at Full Sail, but I know it was at one of those.
Right. See, this match, I mean, they probably would have done a casket match or something if they could have, but given the circumstances with the coronavirus.
Yeah, that'd be real bad.
Yeah. So I feel like that's why they didn't do a casket match or a buried alive match, or they probably would have. Because at least that's what it looks like, and they had to go this different route. So because we're doing this sort of match, it gives the feeling that that's what they wanted to do, was a casket match or something, but they couldn't, obviously, so this. Yes, I will say the feud...
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, I did read they wanted to do a casket match, but obviously it changes.
Yeah. So this has been one of the best this match and another match, which I think is the other match that isn't for a title left that we have to talk about. This match has been one of my favorite build-ups in recent memories, especially for an Undertaker match. I mean, the promos, especially AJ Styles' promo on Raw, when he first called out The Undertaker and broke the fourth wall, broke kayfabe big time, that was like, whoa. And then the contract signing, that was fantastic. So Undertaker looks to be in great shape. So I'm really looking forward to this match. Of course, Undertaker, I got to go with him. If the rumors are true that he's going to have one more run, he's going to win. So Undertaker to win this match for me.
So you want to talk about real quick? You want to talk about breaking the fourth wall with AJ Styles? He does that quite a lot because if you remember, I think in his feud with Cena, he pretty much said, because Cena asked him, "Well, why do you got those two dudes?" And he pretty much said, "Well, so you don't bury, his behind," or it might have been Triple H. Yeah, because he fought Cena. Yeah, so he breaks the fourth wall a lot, and as much as I want, well, not really want AJ to win, but I don't see it. Now, if Undertaker does have another run, I can see him maybe losing this and then reinventing himself as he sort of already did on TV. But I don't see it happening. I got to go with Taker.
Yeah. The two losses he already had at WrestleMania are too many, in my opinion. But because really, Vince's decision to break the streak period, I think, was a dumb decision. I think even he realizes that now. At this point in time.
I will say this though, I was happy it was Brock and not Roman. All I'm gonna say.
Thank the Lord.
Nothing against Roman. It's just when you get someone shoved down your throat so many times, it gets annoying.
Mm-hmm.
I like Roman. Don't get me wrong. I like Roman, but it's just when you constantly get that one person all the time, like John Cena. I hated him for the longest time. Now I'm like, okay, well, John Cena's not that bad. He hasn't been here. Still gets a big match. Don't care. Hasn't been here. It's
right.
Fine.
John Cena's turned into The Rock.
Which he said he wouldn't do.
Exactly. I would love for in Cena's next feud someone to bring that up.
I would too. That would be quite hilarious.
Yeah. So, let's get to the final women's match on this card, which is for the Raw Women's title, Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler. So, this match is another tough one for me to call. I want to say Becky. As I really want to say Becky because I don't want her to lose this. But I don't know. You go first.
Okay, so for people who don't know, who have been living under a rock or don't follow people that often, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch are engaged and have been engaged for quite some time now. They were supposed to take time off after WrestleMania. I'm presuming to tie the knot and get married finally, but that's just probably not going to happen now. I don't know if they're going to keep Becky on TV or if she's still going to take time away from Seth and maybe just go home for a while and have a home wedding maybe. I don't know what's going on, but I do know that Shayna was maybe second guessed in the Elimination Chamber to win because she doesn't do good numbers or she gets booed and it's all a reaction and this and that and the other. And Vince McMahon, I don't know if I should push Shayna. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, Shayna's here to stay. Shayna's going to make Becky tap. I'm picking Shayna.
At this point, I think I'm going to pick Shayna too. Yeah, they really should have made this match a submission match.
They could have, but then you got to think it'd be too much in Shayna's favor, and then it's no, actually not really. I forgot Becky has to disarm her.
Exactly.
I totally forgot about that. But yeah, I just Becky's had the title for almost a year now, if not a year. But I don't see it happening. I think you got to build toward the future. You got to build new stars, and Shayna's gonna make her tap.
Yeah, that's the one I can really see. So the next one is our last regular singles. Well, it's not a regular match, but last singles match, and that is the last man standing match. Randy Orton versus Edge. And man, I wish that there was going to be a crowd for this match, because this match has the potential to steal the show, in my opinion, with these guys. So this is Edge's first regular match back since coming out of retirement in 9 years. The build up to this has been absolutely incredible. These guys know how to do it. They don't need Vince's blasted scripted promos. They can just go out there and do whatever. So I'm going with Edge to win this match.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. I think you got to go with Edge because you think you know me.
I don't see Orton needing any reason to win. Edge does more.
Yeah, I agree on that, and I did see what the stage might have looked like with them two entrances.
Oh, that was so beautiful.
Oh boy, it looked good, but unfortunately, it's not in the stadium. It's in the Performance Center and various other locations, so we won't get to see that.
I know, which is sad. So, this brings us, I believe, to our 2 world title matches.
Is that all we have left?
What?
Is that it? Is that what we have left?
I believe so. Yep. These 2 matches left. So,
all right, let's get to it.
Let's get the Universal title match out of the way first. Goldberg versus supposed to be Roman Reigns before, but he is now out. From by all accounts, he is now out of WrestleMania. We'll probably find out tonight on SmackDown. Again, we're recording this before SmackDown. Probably not the wisest move, but oh well. The rumored opponent now is Braun Strowman. And honestly, I am relieved at that. I don't see them keeping the title on Goldberg any longer. Goldberg, I think, was just going to be a transitional champion to get it from The Fiend to get it to Roman. Because they wanted Goldberg to take all the heat so that way be less on Roman. Although it didn't work because we all saw this coming. And we're like, no, 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 no. So, yeah. Honestly, I'm going with Braun to win. because Braun deserves it. He's deserved it for a number of years and should have won a long time ago. So I see Braun winning now the Universal title, and I'm going to predict that this will be the last match on Saturday. Because it's not Roman. Because it's not.
Predict how long it's going to last.
Okay. Let's see. A typical Goldberg squash match. I mean, his longest match that he had back was against Brock Lesnar for the title at WrestleMania 30. Was that 34, I want to say? 33.
I was there.
34. Yeah, I know you were. WrestleMania 33, and that began Lesnar's year-long plus reign that went way too long. So, I am going to predict Goldberg losing. I'm going to say this match goes under 5 minutes.
As much as I want to agree with you, Goldberg was probably going to be a transitional champion, and Roman was supposed to take it. I don't necessarily see them giving it to Braun. I don't. And here's why. You just pretty much had him lose a 3-on-1 match when he's a mountain of a man and could easily overcome it. You pretty much squashed his... You're continuing to squash his character. Yes, this would give him some credibility, but I don't think they're going to pull the trigger on Braun because I don't think Vince thinks Braun can be a world champion. I really just don't see it. Because if he does, he would have won it by now.
Right. I really think... Well, he had it. He had it in him. Vince was just like, eh. And everyone's like, no, we want Braun. No more Lesnar. It's like... Ugh. See, I think having him lose that handicap match was the worst possible thing that could have happened to him. See, here's the thing. With Roman being out, I don't see them having Goldberg retain. It doesn't make sense for him to stick around longer. But if not Braun, then who? With Reigns out.
What should have happened is they should have just had the winner of Cena versus The Fiend fight him. You could do one night, then the next night, The Fiend is fighting, or Cena, or whoever is fighting Goldberg. He could have done it that way.
I agree, and really, I would have been fine with Goldberg versus Reigns without the title.
I would have been too, but the thing is yes, Goldberg was supposed to be a transitional champion. Roman was supposed to get it at WrestleMania. With everything going on, obviously that match is not on the books, but then it was supposed to be toward the summertime. It was supposed to be The Fiend versus Roman for the title. So The Fiend was going to get, back into the title picture, but with everything going on, they should have just said, hey, winner of Cena versus The Fiend gets Goldberg. Should have been it.
And then I would have been fine with Cena winning and Cena beating Goldberg. That would have been a good match. Cena versus Goldberg.
No.
Oh, come on. You know it would have been.
The 5 moves of doom versus some man that can only really last 2 minutes in the ring. Come on now. That doesn't sound very good. You should have The Fiend win, Fiend squash Goldberg, get his title back. Boom. Goldberg goes back off home to his family. Not Roman Reigns. I almost said Roman Reigns. Bray Wyatt gets the title back. The Fiend gets the title back. Boom. There you go. Now you got The Fiend versus Roman Reigns. SummerSlam, as long as it all blows over by August, you got that match scheduled on the docket, penciled in. There you go. Then you have Roman beat him and take the title at SummerSlam. It's a big stage, but it's not that big of a stage like WrestleMania.
Right.
Boom. And then you have Roman hold it until whenever you want him to lose the dang title. I don't care.
Right.
But you could have booked it that.
So you're going with Goldberg.
I don't want to, but I just have a feeling Braun's going to get squashed. And I'm going to say less than 4 minutes.
Okay. So that brings us to the match which I think should close the show. I think it really would have closed the show anyways. just because the heat that Goldberg and Reigns has been getting. I mean, Vince tried closing the show with Triple H versus Reigns at WrestleMania 32. That didn't go well. So I can really see, I really don't think, especially with how hot the Fiend was, I don't see Vince closing WrestleMania if there was a one night show with Goldberg versus Reigns. Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE title. And Brock is gonna get Claymored out of here. My pick, Drew McIntyre, new face of the company.
I so desperately want to agree with you. I really do. I want Drew to win. Drew should have his big moment. But from what I understand is they might save that title change for SummerSlam. They might have Brock win. I don't know how accurate it is. I guess they filmed 2 finishes for all the bigger matches, so they could really swing either way, I guess, if you wanted to. I want to agree, but I'm like 50-50 split here, but I guess I would have to go with Drew. I think Brock being actually in Canada and somehow getting over here to the U.S. is a win in itself because they cut off the borders and stuff because of the quarantine. But I think if you want someone to keep representing Raw every week or unless taking a hiatus or whatever, I just feel like it's time for Drew. I do. I think it's time for Drew to win.
That's also why I want Braun to win as well, because you can't have these part timers as champion who are only showing up once or twice before a pay per view. You need the champion wrestling on every single show. That's what I have hated when Lesnar's had the title. It just devalues it, really. They think it's raising its stake, but no, it's not. Without your champion being a fighting champion.
I agree. Like John Cena when he won the U.S. title, he was every Monday or whatever day it was, he would come out all open challenge, and he put on a pretty decent match. But no matter who it was, it could have been a jobber, and guess what? That jobber would have had a decent match with John Cena.
John Cena versus Zack Ryder was a great match. John Cena versus Neville was a great match.
John Cena versus Sami Zayn. John Cena versus Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
All great matches in the U.S. Open Challenge.
Yeah.
But it is what it is anymore. So, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it's kind of like, yeah.
Yeah. But I really think Drew needs to win. They need to build Drew up as the new face of Raw. Because people are getting behind him. I remember when Drew was answering some Twitter questions on WWE's YouTube channel a few weeks ago. He even said he wants Broken Dreams back for his theme song for this match. Which was his main theme song as the Chosen One. Back in 2010, when he had a fantastic run when he first came in. So I think this would be a good time to come full circle from then to now. 2009, 2010, 10 years later, he's finally winning the big one.
I hear you on that. I hope they use this theme song. I don't think it's going to happen. I guess he wants it, but it got rejected. Or unless Vince had a change of heart all of a sudden to use it, or whoever's in charge of that to use it. And I agree, everything should come full circle, and he should win. But that's only in a fairy tale book. The WrestleMania and this is real life, and so is WrestleMania. So this isn't a fairy tale. They write it sometimes like it can be a fairy tale, and the good guy wins. But at the end of the day, the bad guy usually wins. But I'm still taking Drew.
All right. So that is all 16 currently announced matches, and we are just a few minutes away from, while we're recording this, a few minutes away from SmackDown starting. So if anything does change after SmackDown, we will post our updated predictions then on our Facebook page. Joshmania, you can follow us there. Follow us on Twitter. What's our Twitter handle again?
Joshmania 2019. I haven't fixed it. I'm TJ Talley. It's TJ Talley 25 on the Twitter handle, and it's Catholic Josh 122 for my man the Maniac, Josh Mansfield.
Yeah. So thank you guys all for tuning in for this quite long predictions video. So hope you guys have a good weekend. Please stay safe. And let's get ready. It's Mania time. God bless.